It was nice to get to know all these people. I knew about Cohabit, but I haven't really read about it so much. But today I got to know that they are also planning to go B2B, so which was very interesting to me. Like if this goes big, like this was definitely a problem here in Malmo. Like if you are renting an apartment, it's like unfurnished. But the workshop was also interesting. Like there was a group of like very interesting people, so we got to know a lot of people here. So I think the mingling part was the most interesting thing about the evening.
I mean, obviously, like in workshops, when we come together around ideas that we are passionate about, so being in a group with people who, you know, are worried about the issues, about climate change, about sustainability issues, we were talking about circularity, you know, moving towards solutions through circular economy, and coming together with people who are passionate, who want to make change, and you know, who have ideas, and just bringing people together in one space, you know, to work on a challenge like we did. That's something that really inspires me and also motivates me.
I think the favorite part for me was the part where we worked together in small groups, because there we could have a stronger discussion about a specific subject.
I really enjoyed the input from the participants, because I feel like this is a target. It's an event where, you know, like-minded people really come together, and as a startup, we're always trying to get the best input as we can from people who are not only interested in the idea, but more importantly, knowledgeable about, you know, circularity, sustainability, and stuff. So I think just getting input from different people is what I enjoy.
I also enjoyed the discussions that we had around the different problem areas that we were focusing on. I got to learn a lot of different perspectives.
I actually like the guided process in the document. Really, even though I don't really know anything about how to create policies, it really helped us to find the common ground issue, and then develop ideas and then evaluate them on practical solutions.
From the presentation of the Cohabit, I think how they were very creative about to run the business. It was very inspiring to me. Like I don't know if I'm gonna do something like this, but if I do in the future, this was very inspiring for me to like have the courage to move forward with such limited resources and just, you know, keep going and like keep dreaming.
I'm starting to think more about like systems thinking. So I haven't had a workshop yet on policy making. So kind of combining the topics that we had and thinking about it from a policymaker's point of view, and how we can create a dialogue between, you know, different social groups and policymakers, and how important that actually really is.
I think from the discussions after the group discussions, the presentations, and the discussions after the presentations, this is the point where I could take the most of, because there you can get some inspiration for your personal life, or for some possibilities to get in contact with some organizations or something.
For me personally, it is understanding better the regulation, because that's something that I'm actively trying to learn, but also hearing so many different perspectives on different aspects of consumption. It just made it clear that I know very little, and I understand very little of the political influence also on businesses, and that is a big factor, especially for someone in the startup space.
Having people from various different backgrounds and ages coming together for joint problem solving, because that allows for so many different aspects that can be combined and can create something that is more holistic.
We talked about it with the group, like more pushing forward for small businesses. Like small businesses should be representing in smaller communities. Like if big corporations are less influential in smaller communities, it would be more sustainable, and like people would be more comfortable using the same products and reusing those things. Like it would be more easier for everyone.
I think enabling a space that it can happen, whether it's bottom up or top down, creating space, creating dialogue, educating people. What it means. I think a lot of people, we are like in the sustainability bubble, but we want to get other people engaged too, because I think that will really help to accelerate then, from the frustration and like overwhelm of the challenges and the complexity of, where we're at, to finding the solutions.
I think the community must grow, that it's not only, for example, Cohabit is bringing furniture to people and take it from them again. I think if there would be a bigger community where you just give the furniture for more or less for free, then directly to the next person, that would be very useful for especially students, because the cost would be low and there's just the service needed who might rent a transporter or something for low cost to move it to the next person. But then the step back to the warehouse and then to the next student, that would fall apart.
I think more government, institutional support, because one of the things that again discourages people from circular and sustainable businesses is it's not necessarily profitable in terms of like financially. It's not the most profitable type of business. So to encourage more people to actually be involved in this business, maybe some sort of government support, like it was mentioned earlier, some sort of tax breaks, tax incentives, that will encourage people who are not really driven by profit, but just to keep it running enough that it's not losing money.
I think the businesses that are in circular space, in the circular economy, are also very local. So it's important to recognize the impact that they have on the local economy, and that goes beyond the economic impact. And if we are able to create new scales that really recognize the impact, which is not the same as how we measure success in the linear business. It really creates a different way in which we are able to measure what is seen as success. Because we want to move away from just measuring success in terms of profit.
But it could be like a environmental dividend, it could be a social dividend. That's being created, but there needs to be like clear targets and clear measurements, new conversations about what does a successful business look like.